On January 16, 2014, a police officer in Spanish Fork, Utah, used his service weapon to murder 4 members of his family before taking his own life. But the horror didn't begin that morning. For years, Joshua Boren had been drugging and assaulting his own wife, recording the attacks, hiding behind a badge. This is the story of how a predator wore a uniform and how the secrets he kept led to an unthinkable tragedy. Spanish Fork, Utah, a quiet city of 37,000 people, nestled 50 miles south of Salt Lake City. The kind of place where neighbors know each other, where police officers are pillars of the community. Joshua Boren seemed to embody that ideal. He met Kelly while they were both students at Weber State University in Ogden. He worked with troubled youth. She came from a military family and had become the finance director for the city of Vineyard. They married on June 4, 2005. 2 children followed, Jaden in 2006, Haley in 2008. That same year, Joshua graduated from the police academy and joined the Utah County Sheriff's Department, later transferring to the Linden Police Department. To those who knew them, they appeared to be living the American dream. But inside that home, a nightmare was unfolding. In 2013, Kelly Boren made a discovery that would shatter everything she thought she knew about her marriage. She found videotapes. On those tapes, her unconscious body, and her husband assaulting her. Joshua later confessed to his therapist what he'd done. He had been crushing Ambien into Kelly's protein shakes, drugging her into unconsciousness, then raping her while she couldn't resist. He filmed these assaults multiple times. When confronted, Kelly faced an impossible choice: report her husband and destroy his law enforcement career, or stay silent and protect the father of her children. Tragically, she chose silence. But the secret ate away at her. January 15, 2014, the night before the murders, Kelly's phone lit up with messages to her husband, who was no longer living in the home. "You raped me. Raped. 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 I hate my life because of you. You killed a part of me. I don't want to live in fear and hate and anger." The next morning, Kelly told Joshua she wanted full custody of their children. His response: "Don't involve the kids. They are innocent." But Joshua Boren had already made his decision. Though no longer living at the family home, Joshua still came by every morning to get the kids ready for school, every afternoon to pick them up. Co-workers described him as upbeat, an excellent father. No one suspected anything was wrong. Spanish Fork Lieutenant Matthew Johnson later told reporters, "There were no warning signs." This was a total shock to everyone. But inside Joshua Boren's mind, a plan was forming. Using his service weapon, he shot and killed 32-year-old Kelly. He shot and killed her mother, 55-year-old Marie King. He murdered his own children, 7-year-old Jaden and 5-year-old Haley. Then he turned the gun on himself. Toxicology tests would later show no drugs or alcohol in anyone's system. This wasn't a moment of intoxication. It was calculated destruction. In the aftermath, investigators found a green notebook in Joshua's bedroom. Inside, numbered confessions. Secret 1. I live the typical normal person's life. Secret 2. I have a sex addiction. Secret 6. I've always hated sex offenders and their behaviors. I've publicly humiliated them. Secret 7. I have been sexually abusing my wife for several years. The hypocrisy was staggering. A police officer who publicly shamed sex offenders while being one himself. Joshua's therapist told investigators he was like a 3-year-old boy stuck in a big man's body. Police records revealed he'd been sexually abused as a child, blamed his mother for not protecting him, struggled with drug addiction, and carried deep psychological wounds after his father's suicide when Joshua was just 5 years old. But none of that excuses what he did. None of it explains why he chose to take 4 innocent lives rather than face the consequences of his own actions. 5 people died in that Spanish Fork home. 4 were victims twice over. First of Joshua Boren's abuse and control, then of his final, devastating act of violence. Kelly Boren tried to protect her husband's career, even after discovering the unthinkable truth about what he'd done to her. That decision cost her everything. The case raises haunting questions about silence, power, and the dangers of keeping secrets to protect abusers. Behind the badge, behind the family photos, behind the facade of normalcy, the darkness was always there. And on January 16, 2014, it consumed them all.
For more stories, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.